Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you would be okay in your respective homes. It is well in your knowledge that COVID-19 infection is gaining an ugly turn. Lockdown has been imposed in entire district of Kopara and Srinagar city also. 68 places in Srinagar are under lockdown. So it is better move to restrict your movements outside and be in home isolation. Stick to the book so that you can benefit yourself in dual ways. One, you will prepare yourselves for the coming examinations that are approaching fast. And secondly, you can defeat the COVID-19 infection by remaining in home quarantine. Dear students, today we are dealing with class 11th subject political science and topic under discussion is permanent and political executive. First of all, you need to know what is an executive. Executive is that branch of a government that implements laws. Dear students, President, Vice President and Council of Ministers is the executive in India. Or we may say India has opted parliamentary type of government. Here it is double set of executive. One executive, that is the nominal executive. All the powers are given in the name of president, but these powers are exercised by the Prime Ministers. Article 53(1) of the Indian Constitution says that all the constitutional powers are vested in the president, in the office of president, but he can directly use them or indirectly by subordinating officers. So simply we can say that there are two types of executive. One is the political executive and another is the permanent executive. Political executive is an executive that is elected by the people for the specific period of time. For example, when general elections take place after 5 years for Lok Sabha, people vote and the party that gains the majority forms the government and they form the cabinet and cabinet is headed by the prime minister. So council of ministers, president, vice president forms the executive branch of the government and this is the political executives. So political executive remains in the office till they have majority in the office. They are not permanent because after general elections of 5 years, next party will come into the power and the political executive can change. But all the decisions are taken by the political executives and they are the responsible for the consequences of decisions if there is any public violation. They are the more powerful. They are the more powerful than the civil executive. But what is the permanent executive? The question arises. The permanent executives are the civil servant salaried persons who execute the decisions, who do not take decisions of their own but help the political executive in running the administration. They are permanent in the manner that they remain in the office till their retirement age. For example, our development commissioner, our direct school educationer, our commissioner secretary tourism, our commissioner secretary food and supplies, all are the examples of permanent executive. So summarizing the fact, there are double executive, there is double set of executive in India. One is the nominal executive, already addressed you that all the powers are given in the name of president, but they are exercised by the prime minister or the council of ministers headed by the prime ministers. And political executive is elected by the people for the specific period of time and they remain in the office till they have majority in the office. In India, according to Article 53(1), all the constitutional powers are vested in the office of the president, but he can directly use them or, or indirectly through subordinate officers. So, double set of executive we find in India. One is the real executive, another is the nominal executive. Nominal executive is the President of India. All the powers are given in his name, but the real executive is the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister, because all the powers are given in his name, in the name of the President, but they are exercised by the Prime Minister or the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. So the political executive is elected by the people for a specific period of time. They are more powerful, they take the decisions, and they are responsible of their decisions if there is any public violation, or they are answerable or accountable to the consequences of their decisions. On the second hand, there is a permanent executive. Permanent executive means civil servant, salaried civil servant persons. They remain in the office, they are permanent in the manner, they remain in the office till their retirement age. I have already given you the example that our development commissioner, our direct tourism, our direct education, our commissioner secretary are the examples of permanent executive. They are less powerful, they are not responsible the decisions, they basically help the political executive in carrying out the day-to-day administration. This is all about the permanent and permanent and political executive, and the difference between the permanent and political executive. Dear students, once Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, said that the Indian President is the post of honor, not post of the power. So, concluding the fact, we have double set of executive in parliamentary system. One is the nominal head, another is the real head. No doubt the head of the government is Prime Minister, and head of the state is President. All the powers are given in the name of President, but they are exercised by the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. So, political executive is elected by the people for a specific period of time. They remain in the office till they have majority in the office. They take all the decisions. They are more powerful. They are the responsible or accountable to their decisions. And their decisions are the consequences after the decisions come. In contrast to this, the permanent executives are those executives who are salaried civil servant. They are less powerful. They work under the political executive. They don't make decisions of their own, but help political executive in carrying out the day-to-day administration. No doubt, this permanent executive remains in the office till they can transfer, they get transfer from one post to another post, but remain in the office till their retirement age. But the political executive keep on changing, and today we have the NDA government, National Defense Alliances headed by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the next term, there will be next political executive. So political executive keep on changing, but the permanent executives is always the permanent. They can remain in the office till their retirement age. This is enough for you today, because we are resting on 2G, and before leaving class, I am advising you to see these things on your political science available reference books, so that you will get the concept well cleared. In case of any query, you can call me or WhatsApp me. That number is already in your possession. Before leaving the class, I am advising you strictly follow SOPs and remain inside the home, inside homes. Stick to the books and restrict your movement outside, so that you can defeat the COVID-19 infection. Moreover, when you go out in case of any emergency, you have to maintain the physical distancing, and also should minimize your physical contacts in order to remain safe and sound from the deadly infection. Thanks. Be well.